The 6th anniversary is literally here. And with it being here, we actually wind up getting a roadmap to show everything that's coming, and I'm not gonna lie, the wallet and the crystals aren't looking too good. So that's why I decided that today, yes, today, right now, I'm making a 6th anniversary survival guide. Everything that I'm gonna be doing going into the 6th anniversary, along with my mindset when summoning for certain banners and characters, and trying to save up as much as I can for the eventual Star God Lisa release at the end of this all in March. Let's talk about how to get as many crystals as possible. So during this time, we're going to be getting a lot of different crystals through events, through limited time missions. The main thing you guys need to make sure you do is do everything that you see in the game that you can. I'm talking about DOT, do them all. If you got the attack of quests, make sure you do all the attack of quests. Make sure you log in every day, do everything you can to gather as many crystals as possible. And if you really want to go the extra mile, you can gain a lot of crystals by grinding out the compendium. I made a video on this a while ago on how exactly to grind out the compendium if you want to check that out, but just know it is one of the most boring, and I really do, one of the most monotonous things you will ever do in the entirety of your Grand Summoner's career. So if you do that, hey man, Godspeed to you, I pray for you. And then another thing that you can do to gain even more crystals during the 6th anniversary period is actually saving and skipping on your forever summon. But I'm gonna be honest, this isn't really the best method to go about it, because if you have the choice between picking the unit that you actually want or skipping it and just going a few more days not knowing if you'll ever get that unit again, it's not worth it. You're always going to want to pick the unit, especially if you're hunting for specific units. That's definitely going to help you more than summoning on a banner just to get shafted, which actually is a very good segue for this. Let's actually talk about who to forever summon, and this list is practically the same that it's always been. The main ones that you're going to be looking out for, of course, is going to be like your Haruto, and then any tank character like Ulti LR, Thetis, Miranda, any of those guys, you're definitely going to want to pick up if you can. And now finally, for the big one, who to summon on and who you should be spending your crystals actually on. There's going to be a lot of banners coming out. To be precise, we're going to have a total of 7 units coming out during this period. And Shangri-La Frontier will be the first of these banners to come out, and let me tell you, these units a little bit cracked. Specifically 2 from this crossover, one being Sunraku and the other being Arthur. Sunraku is pretty much another version of War God Finn, except he's all about debuffs instead of buffing up his allies. Of course, he still does provide buffs to the team, like 6 art gauge per second on the true art, and also giving himself 100% crit rate and super crit rate on his super art, while also buffing up his own attack. Overall, it's just a fantastic unit that can literally be slotted into practically any team comp, and his Archon type is type E, so he's able to stack with pretty much every other Archoner in the game as long as they're not from a crossover for the most part. And I said for the most part because the other character that's come out in this crossover doesn't follow this rule necessarily, which is Arthur. She has ridiculous break power or ridiculous damage depending on what way you take her. Being able to have this type of choice in a kit is extremely good, just makes her very versatile in so many situations, but another thing that makes her very versatile is the fact that she is a type F Archgener. Yep, you heard me right. She is a conditional Archgener, meaning that as long as you're above 50% HP, she's going to Archgen for the team. Not only that, since she is type F, she's going to be able to Archgen practically every other Archgener in the game, apart from Archgeners that are also this conditional effect. Think of characters like Ilya or 12th generation Mizuki. These units will not be able to stack with Arthur, but if you don't use them on the team, Arthur will be able to stack Archgen with literally everyone else. Literally, this unit practically has it all. Great damage, great breaking power, great Archgen, and also amazing slots. And then as for the final unit that we'll be releasing, of course, will be the one and only Star God Lisa. We don't really need to talk about this unit whatsoever. She is the true anniversary unit, and this is our goal, by the way. Like, for most people, I would say about 80% of the populace, possibly even more, I would say practically 100%, everyone's going to want Star God Lisa if they can get her. But how are we going to do that, right? We have so many broken characters coming out this month and even early next month. Well, let me tell you how the strategy is going to go. If I was a free-to-play player and I wanted to get the most mileage out of my crystals, I would do a multi-summon on part 1 and a multi-summon on part 2. And I wouldn't go deeper even if I was planning on pitying either one of these characters. And here's the reason why. When Star God Lisa releases in March, more than likely, Shangri-La Frontier Part 1 and Part 2 will still be here. So there's no reason to rush to try to obtain these characters, because the character that you are going to really want is actually Star God Lisa. Yes, Arthur is good. Yes, Sunraku is good, but only one of these characters on this entire roadmap is going to really help you push a lot of in-game content and a lot of challenging content. Again, I would say do a multi-summon on Part 1 of Shangri-La and Part 2 of Shangri-La. Wait for Star God Lisa to release. then summon on Star God Lisa, throw everything you have at her, hopefully you get her, and if you do, congratulations. Now I would say you can go back and try to get Sunraku or Arthur. Now, if for whatever reason Shangri-La Frontier is actually gone by the time Star God Lisa comes out, that's where it gets a little bit more hectic. I would still follow the same game plan of only summon on each banner once. However, when the crossover resets, that's when I would summon again and then decide if I want to go deeper or not. I'm just gonna tell you right now, I'm pretty sure Shangri-La Frontier is gonna be here for at least a week or two after Star God Lisa comes out, so you're gonna have plenty of time. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that would be my game plan going in to the 6th anniversary. Now, unfortunately, with this method, and just like any method that is more of this free-to-play route, none of it's guaranteed. So you could get shafted on literally everything unless you're pitying a character. But hey, man, you know, that's just the nature of a gacha game, you know what I'm saying? Oh, one crucial thing that I forgot. Do not use your Alk Stones on the crossover 5K Alk banner that is going to be coming out with Shangri-La Frontier. Do not do that, because more than likely, I would say I'm about 85% sure on this, Star God Lisa will have her own step-up Alk summon that Hirisame had, that War God Finn had, that Senki had. All these other characters had this step-up Alk summon that was more of the story/saga related GS-specific characters. So saving your Alk Stones for that banner, more so than using it on the Shangri-La Frontier 5K Alk banner, will be so much more beneficial, since you are able to get Star God Lisa in that Alk banner, and it's a 1 in 15 chance instead of summoning in the Shangri-La Frontier Alk banner that is like a 1 in 300 chance of getting a Shangri-La character. That's my survival guide going into the 6th anniversary. Kind of basic, kind of simple, not really anything too crazy, but just thought it was some good advice to throw out there for all of you to hopefully help you guys obtain the most amount of crystals while also spending the least amount of crystals. We'll still be doing should you summons and everything throughout this time frame, breaking down the units more in the should you summons, some recommended team comps for the characters and all that good stuff. This is just a very broad overview, a way for me to help you maybe plan how you're going to be spending your crystals throughout the 6th anni. But hey, that's it from me. Thank you all for coming out. It's been your boy P. If you enjoyed this video, highly check out either one of the other videos popping on the screen right now. Great content, guarantee you'll love them. If you have any more saving tips or any more tips in general, or what you recommend or what you're going to be going for in the 6th anniversary, let me know all that type of stuff down below in the comment section. Share them for the community. Everybody know your philosophy or whatever, but we can all hopefully save as many crystals as possible and summon and get the units we actually want during this anniversary. Oh, and one more thing before you leave. Don't forget to drink water.